10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
HVB discharge nominal.
And that is a beautiful liftoff for Electron. The final 2 TROPICS satellites are on their way and coming to a storm near you. With Electron now having cleared the pad, the next milestone is max Q. This is the point where the forces on Electron are at their greatest. So we'll listen out for clearance of that key moment from mission control soon.
Max Q. Clear max Q.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
And there we have it. Electron has passed through max Q and continues on the way to space. Right now, Electron is traveling at over 2,000 kilometers per hour and is at an altitude of 20 kilometers.
Now, coming up next is main engine cutoff, or MECO, where the 9 Rutherford engines on Electron's first stage shut down to make way for separation between the first and second stages. Within seconds, the single space-optimised Rutherford engine on the second stage will ignite to carry the kick stage and the TROPICS satellites all the way to orbit. That should take place shortly at around T plus 2.5 minutes. So let's listen in to that call from Mission Control.
And MECO confirmed.
Stage separation successful.
Stage termination.
And just like clockwork, we have had MECO, Stage 1 and Stage 2 separation, and ignition of Electron's second stage. Coming up very shortly, we'll also see Electron's fairings separate and fall away. These 2 carbon composite halves form a protective nose cone over the TROPICS satellites, keeping them safe during ascent. Once we're in space, though, they're not needed as the forces on Electron are not nearly as great. So we can get rid of them and clear the way for payload separation.
Fairing separation successful.
And that's fairing separation confirmed. We are at 4 minutes into flight now, and coming up next is a process unique to Electron, battery hot swap.
The pumps on Electron's Rutherford engines are powered by Electron pumps, which draw their energy from batteries. Once we deplete the batteries, they are dead weight that we don't want to carry all the way to orbit, so we eject the batteries and swap over to a fresh set in flight. That milestone is coming up just before 7 minutes into the flight, so still a ways to go yet. So far for today's mission, we've had a perfect liftoff. We've cleared max Q, had a good first stage burn, and separation of Electron's first and second stages. Fairing has also separated as planned, and now we're 5 minutes into the mission.
So far, a nominal mission for coming to a storm near you, the second of 2 dedicated launches to deploy a storm monitoring constellation for NASA.
Stage 2 propulsion still holding nominal.
Guidance is nominal, 200 seconds remaining.
Now we're coming up on that all-important battery hot swap. Powering engines with batteries is one of the things that makes the Rutherford engine special. The single stage 2 engine requires a longer duration than the stage 1 engines, so we have to hot swap the spent batteries to a third fresh one. This is one of the final gates to orbit, so let's listen into the operators in mission control for that call.
Nominal approaching hot swap. Throttling down. Swap successful.
And there you have it, a
Propulsion is
clean
nominal.
hot swap for the second
Very
stage
jettison,
Rutherford
correct.
engine. Electron continues to orbit with around 2 minutes remaining in today's stage 2 burn.
Speed is good, altitude is good, Electron is good, T plus 7 minutes into the second Tropics mission for NASA. Just in time for the Atlantic hurricane season commencing at the start of June, these two CubeSats, along with the two that we launched just 18 days ago, will provide members of the meteorological community with hourly returns over the same storm to more accurately predict patterns, which could save the lives and livelihoods of millions of people.